Hello. Welcome back to Battle for Azeroth. We're going to do some more questing in the rather promising Stormsong Valley. Make it Mildenhall. You've no doubt enjoyed a mug or three of world-famous Mildenhall mead in your local tavern. Today is your day to become a part of the official meadery of Stormsong Valley. Ideal applicants have a hunger for craft mead, honey, and boundless innovation. Military experience recommended, but not required. Must not be allergic to bees. Mildenhall mead. Make it Mildenhall.
Times were simpler once.
Hello there. Would you mind checking on someone for me? Sergeant Calvin was supposed to meet me here, but we were going to go out looking for new. We were going to go out looking for new alchemical reagents, but he hasn't shown up yet. I know the militia's been really busy lately, so I guess he's busy, but he should still be in Brennerdam Square. Would you mind checking in on him? Right, so that takes us back to Brennerdam, where we don't really want to go yet. Ooh. Looks like... it looks like a few of the handy notes things are starting to get updated with a bit more frequency, which is nice. Tempted to go and check that. What are these? Samuel.
My heart belongs to this valley.
Fabricated fabrications. Resources. There was something off with the ship we were building in the yard. I never saw the blueprints, but I built enough ships in my days to know it wasn't business as usual. I kept all the pages under tight guard in the brine works up the road lately. Full on militia. If you can get your hands on enough of them pages, we ought to be able to figure out what Lord Stormsong these boys are scheming.
Well met.
Storm fused spire. Ooh, that's a different model. Obviously, I've got... apparently that will give me more DPS. Yeah, I suppose it will. People in this valley have true hearts, Skull. They're eager to take back control of their home. We have to help them. The brine works up the road from here supplies most of House Stormsong's weapons. Our movement here could make great use of them. If you can collect enough to go around, I'll go over some basic training with our friends here.
Listen up. We need to get you ready to fight. And quick.
Okay. There's a... They're over here. So let's go and... Ooh, it's moving. Or is it a pod, as in a pod of fish? Yes, it is.
I'm out of range.
Whoa. I've forgotten my buff.
An example of you.
Oh, joy.
I saw the truth.
In the depths. Ba 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 ba. Rousing nautical music. Warship blueprint. Oh, that was from the. That was from him, not from the actual there. Entirely sure why that didn't fire off when I pressed it. Let's go. Noticing that there were far fewer zones with bonus objectives. I'm wondering. Oh, I was hoping that was going to blow him up, but instead I got blown backwards, so that was no use. Blueprint. Weapon. Lots of interactables, which is always nice. Cool. What the? Oh. There's another golem over there. Hostile enemy identified. I do like the kind of treasure chest of drawers. I think that's a lovely aesthetic touch. There's a veil up this hill. Let's go kill that in a moment. But first, I spieth a treasure chest. And because it is early in the expansion, war resources are still very difficult to come by. Whereas my druid at the end of Legion had about 100,000. It was quite ridiculous. So I traded them all in for Argusian Reach rep. Oh, it's hidden behind here, is it? Cunning. Right. Oh, we still need warship blueprints. Need one more. Well, we're going to be coming back down anyway, so... Coppertail Fox. Gale Storm. Oh, it's another storm elemental. Because of course it is. Call the storm. Scream psychically. Ow. That not bad though.
I need to target something.
Got him.
First.
Galewind Chimes. Ooh, I got an upgrade from that as well. I'm going to put that on over Petula's Lockets. Because whilst the mastery is very nice, And I do actually need to start collecting mastery, because mastery and haste, I believe, are my two big stats. Well, then you shouldn't have attacked me. Crit is nice for when I'm soloing. What was the scale for this? No, the weights for this, rather. Yeah, so haste and mastery, followed by versatility and crits. Ooh, there's a quest there, which I did not see because I didn't come this way, did I? Though burned, portions of the note in the architect's hands remain legible. They are everywhere, disguised, encrypted blueprints, cipher. Pontus watching me. So there is a guy. Cold is such a good word. I mean, not good in the sense of that's a really nice word, but it's a good word. It is an evocative word. Oh yes, here we go. I like the fact that he said blind as well. Blind to the truth. He has going back to the Bloodborne comparisons I made in Tourist Guide Sound, with the acquisition of insight, of knowledge. It's all about the eyes. He's a bit meaty actually. Is Tideguard Pontus. Oh, he's got Shadow Mend. He's a Shadow Priest. He can also spam Void Bolt, which I personally find quite cheeky, because we can't do that as Shadow Priests. He's got a lot of health. Come on, die already, jeez.
They await in the dead.
I'm being shot. That's why I was taking so much damage. There was a guy over here that was just shooting me. I was wondering why I could hear the click-click sound. It's like, he's a mind flayer. He doesn't have any ranged weapons. Yeah, I must have aggroed both of those at some point. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's go hand these quests in. Yeah, he took some beating. And yeah, my DPS is down to 2.7. I don't understand why. Because it was up at like 3.2, 3.3, 3.4 previously. Maybe it was the food that I'd eaten.
What's the situation?
There's still many who don't follow Lord Stormsong. We need to stand by them. This valley belongs to its people.
Well done.
There's nothing a hard day's work can't fix.
Any luck recovering those blueprints? Yes. I knew they'd still have them. If you ever want something gone, Lash, you best destroy it yourself. I need to get to the bottom of all this before Lord Stormsong goes on the offensive. A cipher? Of course, but by the Great Sea, what's it covered in? Mind Flayer brains, probably. I don't know what they're actually called in this. I should probably look that up.
I've got your back. I'm listening.
When I opened my mind to the currents during the ritual, I felt the presence of a member of Lord Stormsong's innermost circle. Wave Speaker Reed. If anyone can locate the missing fleet, it is him. I will not stand by while my brothers move against our own people. Oaths be damned. We must force Reed to see sense.
Fear not the tides. Feel Reed's power calling out like a beacon. Quickly.
Whoa! Hi.
The depths spoke of your
Oh, this is in the middle of an encounter already.
You are always too weak to serve by Lord Stormsong's side, languishing in Brenadum like a fool.
We swore to protect Brennan.
This is probably actually going to give us credits, because quite a few of the things that we've come into halfway through have done so. Hopefully we don't miss out on too much story for doing so. Oh, Brother Reed. Pike even. Riptide! Yeah, actually, I do feel like we might miss out on a chunk of stuff here. We'll see. I have aggro. Good times. Yeah, thought that might happen. Oh well. Hopefully we didn't miss out on anything super important. Clearly Brother Reed was not a nice person. Ah, stuck in a tree. Whee!
Tide Mother. What have we become?
You know, actually no. I want to go and find out
The depths spoke of your coming.
what happened.
Feel Reed's power calling out like a beacon. Quickly.
Sounds daft to know, but I want to find out what happened there. We know how it ends. I want to know how it started. Brother Pike,
Tides bless you.
I'm ready.
Do not forget the fall.
Watch the.
Reed, the fleet must be returned to Kultiras at once.
The tides shift, brother. If you do not stand with us, then you are lost.
It is you who are lost.
Oh. That was it. Well, I suppose I didn't expect too much more.
Always too weak to serve.
Oh, we are getting dialogue now, though.
Side, languishing in Brenadum like a fool.
We swore to protect Brennigan, to protect our people. Have you forgotten our oaths?
Yeah, we weren't getting this, the incidental dialogue before.
The great one deep below. By her will
Yeah, this is a shower.
be whole once more.
Those voices offer only lies.
The fact that they're referring to her by her, the pronoun.
I require a target.
I bore this cracker. I have much to prepare. Deal with them.
He's one of the really skinny ones. Also, he's wearing a very weird gear. Pew pew pew. Wish there was a way that I could interrupt that, but I have one interrupt, which is Psychic Scream. Kind of do with some dramatic music. Go along with that. He clearly does not care about the story. But no, I'm liking all the little hints and references to she, the voice in the depths.
Tide Mother,
What have
what
we?
have we become? I am listening.
Okay. So we get a choice. Huh. I think it's going to have to be this one, isn't it? Which is going to... See, that's actually quite good. Depth of the Shadows is a pretty good dungeon. Well, interesting. They've got a brighter green version. Either way, stats-wise, it is a an upgrade for us. So the others forged ahead to Port Fogtide. I doubt they will receive a warm welcome. We are to meet them there. However, there is something I must do first. Despite Reed's retreat, I still feel a terrible darkness nearby. I wish to listen to the tide for answers. I would appreciate you joining me in case more danger strays in our path.
There is a bridge nearby that has clear sight of the Shrine of the Storm. The omen comes from there. Long has my order listened to the sea to guide our ships and our people. Gentle whispers, imperceptible to most. Over time, the whispers changed. At times they were demanding, even violent. We attempted to guard ourselves against them, to resist them, but I fear we may have failed.
I'm ready, Brother Pike.
In all of us.
Oh. Oh. Hi.
Brothers and sisters, behold our glorious destiny.
Okay.
Those things are Kathir. They come from the darkest reaches beneath the tides. Most think them mere legend, stories used to warn of the danger of peering too deep with our magic. If they walk among us, the fleet
You're a long way
is in grave danger.
You think?
Stand with you for the storm's wake.
We must help the others before they are overrun.
Those bastards will pay for what they've done. More Addington.
Sam, no!
Let him go. Tidesages have long guided lost souls at sea.
We arrived just in time. These abominations have already taken control of the docks. All that's left to keep them at bay. You need to cull their numbers. Oh, they're just going to keep raising them from the...
The ancient one.
Oh, we are getting... We do need to kill skeletons. Oh.
I cannot leave that.
Bloody mess. This vial is filled with a viscous bubbling substance. It bears a striking resemblance to the animated horrors around you. Lovely. Oh, tentacles! This is definitely my kind of thing. Oh, that sounds weird. Story-wise, this is definitely my kind of thing. Sea Glide Elixir.
I need to target something first.
I will live eternal in the abyss.
Oh yeah, I need to do a weak aura for that. Allows walking over water. Excellent.
Tides consume
Away
your
with thee.
wicked flesh.
Going on the boat? We are going on the boat. A shaman? It is a shaman. Oh! Sneaky! Teleporty! Backstabby! Hi! I don't actually need to kill these. Oh shoot! Pff. That was not what I wanted to do. Actually, no, maybe it was technically what I wanted to do.
Heed the call of the death. I will live eternal in the abyss.
The drowned dream consumes me. My soul ebbs to the sea.
This is what we're going to get the blood from. Literally from bloodhounds. Oh, they're cool. And I like the kind of weird, voidy outline that they've got. It's kind of icky and purple. Did we get any blood from that? No, we did not. Ah, is it going to be in the barrels? It's going to be in the barrels. Round harpooner. 5 blood in the bowels. Or is it going to drop from these guys as well? Probably going to drop from these guys as well. Yes, it is.
I see the circle.
The circle.
I return to the depths.
Huh. Oh, they've come back to find me. They took their time.
I am blind no longer.
What does my depth of the shadow stack to? Is it 20? No, it keeps on stacking.
I do not have a target.
It doesn't actually last very long though. 30. It looks like it's capping out at.
The thousand truths. Run. Run.
Whispering Wave Staff. Damage dealt increased by 10%. Leech increased by 600. Maximum health reduced. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do at all. I like the fact that there are just random buff things knocking about. Right, that should be all of that. Oh no, not quite. So actually, whilst it doesn't look like it, Depth of the Shadows will be pretty good for doing stuff like this, because obviously I'm going to have a lot of things ticking over quickly. And it means that my next Shadow Mend will do a good chunk more healing, which will be really useful in dungeons. Because one of the things that I've found is that you just don't have a whole lot of time to get things going in dungeons. Maybe in harder dungeons, in heroics or mythics, when you've got to...
Yes, the circle. I see the circle.
You've got to take things a bit slower. Maybe not in the higher mythics, when I think everything is timed. I've never done a mythic dungeon.
Run. Run.
Your grasp
There's a,
will protect this vessel no longer.
Oh, hi. Oops. Why is he already at half health? Ow. Yeah, see, that the Depth of Shadow stacks up quite quickly. Definitely going to get myself a weak order set up for that, though. Get rid of you first. You're annoying me. The whispers. Oops. Fail. Oh, so this is why he was at half health, because he takes loads of damage. Did you die? Yes, you did die.
Eternal in the abyss.
Die. Meh. Nothing from it, but does this give me the same? Yeah, it does. But what's it do? Damage 10%, 600 leech. It's quite nice. Boop. 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 That. And... that didn't work. Did it interrupt me? Yeah, it did.
Begone, wretched darkness.
Yes, wretched darkness. Get out of here.
Yes, the circle. I see the circle.
What is this circle that they're all on about?
The tide recedes.
Right. Let's get out of here. Bye. Up. You gonna come and hit me while I'm in a dialogue? No, you're just gonna come and cast a random spell on me. Okay, but the pike.
Storm awakens in all of us.
The abyssal melody lies unprotected. Now is our chance. So... that is not an upgrade. That is. What is it that you have there? Tideblood is saturated with dark magic.
This
Whoa.
tide blood was corrupted only recently. I should be able to purify it. It is more volatile than I thought.
What's that purple thing? Oh, that's one of those abyssal fragments. You need those for a quest to get a secret mount.
How can I help?
We're holding out alright thanks to you, but Sam is still missing. He's still out there. We can't just leave him to die. He wasn't in the assembly yard. He must be on that ship. You have to find him.
Tides bless you.
These Kathir have been hiding among us, sowing the seeds of their dark masters with us none the wiser. With the barrier around the abyssal melody lowered, I can peer within. Its bowels toil with my own people giving themselves to the shadow. Take my title, Chris. Chris? Chris. I'd never found out how to pronounce the name of that knife. Its blade is now coated in purified tide blood. Put an end to these fiends and their foul rituals. This depravity goes against every oath we take as tidesages, to protect our people, to guide and sustain them, to make our ship strong. This is nothing but darkness. It must all be destroyed. Board the abyssal melody and place these focusing rods at any critical points you find. I will prepare the ritual.
Do not forget the fall.
Bring in the infinite void.
Ah. Right. Importantly, however, we've just unlocked our ability
Keep your wits about you.
to get world quests. So before we continue onwards, I wish to go and unlock those because it will be something else to do, and the earlier we can do them, the better. So let's fly back and pick that up now. Wanting to sell self-rotating dagger of zing. No thanks. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Halford!
We are the
I have another important mission for you, Scoil. The people of Kulturis are diverse and capable. If we can bring them all together under the banner of the Alliance, the Horde has no chance of stopping us.
Our work has just begun.
Good. The people of Kulturis stand with us thanks to you. Now the real work begins.
Light be with you. Your legend grows.
Ready to go to war? Intelligence shows that he's the highest ranking member of the Reliquary. Reliquary. An elite Blood Elf excavation force. He's just standing out in the middle of the desert in Vol'dun, practically begging to be assassinated. Shall we?
By the might of the Alliance, our enemies see only defeat.
No. Not yet.
Our cause is just. Our purpose noble. Light be with you.
Interesting. I hadn't noticed that the Lightforge have got this weird echoey to the voice. Supplies needed.
Shall we talk business?
Oh, it was World Quest.
Come, let us parley. Exotic goods arrive.
Of course it was. Bloodstained bone. Oh, interesting. So we can actually get... Oh, yes, I see. Okay, we've got 18 hours left to get this. Interesting. So the world quest, they actually give us... we find out what we're going to get as the reward. It's not just a random chest. That's just war resources. That's gold. But that gives us a nice... Oh, and some of these are just killing rares that we've already... 60 war resources. So this is where we finally start getting our actual resources sorted. And we get some gear. Rewards a piece of Azeroth armor for your class. Some of these are pet battles. I'll have to filter those out. Pet battle? No. In all honesty, I don't do pet battles. What are the Drusra ones like? Artifact power. Oh, that's a nice upgrade. How long is left on that? 18 hours, plenty of time. Interesting that the Tortolan Seekers only have three to do. I should have been flying back to where we were while I was chattering about world quests. Either way, we have world quests available now, which will be useful and will give us something to do. Not that we are lacking for things to do, but it will give us something to do on the way. Where did we actually get to? It was there, wasn't it? Yeah, let's head straight. Straight back there. And carry on with the story, and we'll do world quests as and when we are nearby. But progress has been made, and I'm still very much enjoying it, which is nice. It's very nice. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing. Remember to ring the bell to be notified when new videos go live. And until next time, toodle pip.